Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Raisa Pascal. If you're in the market to buy some real estate, you'll want to hear this, so don't change the channel. We've got the author of the book, 10 Strategies to Purchase Property Post-Pandemic, author Andrew M. Lieb. He joins us now to share some real estate investing advice. Andrew, welcome to the show.
I'm super pumped to be here. This is gonna be fun.
I'm super pumped. Real estate, hot topic right now. But before we get into some of your tips, what do you feel is the overall real estate market at the moment? What is the feel for that?
It's on the way down from the top.
Okay.
So we saw us peak out where people would probably give their firstborn to buy a child to now where maybe you'll keep your children but still get the house.
Nice. Well, I know that you have 10 strategies in your book. We're going to discuss 5 of them because we do want people to buy the book. We don't want to give it all away. So let's start with the very first one. Set your bottom line. Tell me about that.
That's perhaps the most important thing I could tell people is before you go in to buy a house and before you get emotionally invested in the house or investment real estate, know how much money you got and not just the money to buy it, but the money to keep it. We see so many people buy it and then the boiler goes and they go, uh-oh, I got no money.
Yeah,
You gotta know your numbers.
absolutely. And then legal landmines. What is that?
Whew, they're everywhere. You know, everyone thinks because we watch HGTV that you could just go buy a house and become an instant millionaire. But we don't realize is that, hey, you're in a legally binding contract. Oh, and by the way, there's fair housing and discrimination laws. So the real key is if you want to get leverage and get a good price is know when you have a legal advantage and when the seller has a disadvantage.
Right, that's so important. And then we have invisible factors, number 3 here.
Yeah. Yeah. So you go into a property and you go, I think I know it's just price, it's just this. But what about the reasons that the person's selling? Maybe they're selling because they have to move to care for a sickly person and they'll take less money to do a quicker closing date. You have to learn how to use calibrated questions to get the ins and outs of the why they're selling. Numbers aren't everything,
Right, and then you can also use that to leverage a better deal for yourself, right?
for sure.
And then we have number 4, agreements beget agreements. Tell me about this one.
I think you're hitting on my favorite topic right now, and
Okay.
we're being very agreeable right now. When you when you be agreeable, people want to give you good softballs and keep agreeing. So sometimes, even if you don't like a term as a buyer, you should accept it to make that seller feel committed and want to be part of the deal making process with you. You need a partner, not an adversary.
Oh, that's a really great quote. You need a partner, not an adversary. Wonderful. And then we have one more that we want to tease. How about formalize agreement?
You know, that's just, I'm an attorney by trade, so I like that one the most. What people don't know is how to button up that agreement. And yeah, you may have an attorney on your side, but until you're actually in a contract, you got nothing. So people will invest in inspections and all sorts of things and put in money and go, but the seller pulled out. Get their name on the dotted line before you feel like you're 100% in. Don't dream it till the name's on the contract.
Right. What would you say, in your opinion, is the biggest mistake that potential homeowners are getting themselves into?
Yeah, so I think that they're wanting to have the house more than needing to have the house. And what I mean by
Interesting.
that is, especially in this market where it keeps climbing, they're just throwing dollars at it. Dollars, dollars, dollars. It goes back to that bottom line where we started. Only buy what you can afford. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses. You need to keep up with yourself.
So, with that being said, do we wait to buy? You mentioned off the top that you feel that we're coming down off the top, but I mean, we're not quite there yet. What is your recommendation for that?
I can tell you my wife and I are very big in cash and we're waiting for it to come down better because we're seeing already the tech companies starting to downsize. And as the economy, we're hearing this word recession, recession. For a real estate investor, that's gold. We can't wait.
Important. Any last advice for our viewers? This has all been so helpful. I know a lot of people right now looking to buy homes, and it's a really tough time out there in this market.
I think you know the advice. You got to read the book so you have all the strategies.
Love
That's the
that.
key. Like, come on, read the book, know what you're doing, because it's not just a game. This is your life, your money. You need to put in the time.
Well said, Andrew. So, with that, where can we go to get this book and get more information?
It's available on major booksellers, but theleapcast.com has it available for you. You'll see our blog, you'll see our podcast. Go to theleapcast.com. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Andrew, thank you. This has been a great interview. We appreciate that.
Super fun.